Welcome to Seattle College's international programs and our show Conversations With, where we talk to people that help you understand how you too can be an international student in the United States and why Seattle Colleges should be your first choice. We'll talk to students and staff and agents and government folks, all kinds of people about what you can expect when you're getting ready to apply or travel here, what you'll experience while you're with us, and how it can all lead to an amazing life. Don't forget to check out the Seattle College's International Programs website at intl.seattlecolleges.edu, where you can find a treasure trove of information about the school, the programs here, and best of all, fill out and submit your application. Again, that's intl.seattlecolleges.edu. Hey everybody, it's Evan Franulovich. Welcome back to Conversations With. We are here at North Seattle campus, visiting with my very special guest from the country of
mountains, Lord Buddha, Sita, living goddess, whatever you want to say. And the name is Nepal.
She's from Nepal.
Namaste.
Our first guest. That's so great. Thanks so much for coming.
You're welcome for having me.
Do you want to tell everybody your full name and where exactly in Nepal you're from?
Okay.
And maybe what you're studying here?
Right. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
No, it's my pleasure.
I'm so much excited.
Yeah.
I have been saying that to you.
That's
and
great.
My name is Alina Khadka, and then I am from Nepal. To be more specific, I am from the smallest city of Nepal, Bhaktapur.
Well, if it's small, that's a big city. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is the smallest
Is it
city
really?
of Nepal.
Wow, I didn't know
Yes.
that.
So yeah, I am from Bhaktapur, Nepal. My name is Alina Khadka, and I'm a new transfer student here in North Seattle College, and I'm enjoying my life here.
Yay. And if you haven't been to Bhaktapur, my wife and I had traveled there.
Isn't that
And so
amazing?
I was showing her photos. Definitely check out Bhaktapur. Everybody goes to
Please.
Kathmandu,
Yes.
but try to go to the east a little bit. And
It's kind of like a suburb, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, it's really not far. You'll take your life in your hands in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
I got to say, I've been in some crazy traffic because I've traveled all over the world.
Right?
Nepal and India are two of the craziest.
Okay, just tell me where is India and where is Nepal?
India was pretty crazy. I don't know. They're both very similar. My roommate, when I lived in China, my roommate was from India.
Oh, wow.
And he says, Nepal's our little brother. He would talk about they consider you guys to be their
yes,
little brother.
so true. We always treat each other as brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
But there are these days lately, because of this government and political things, like there has been some Cold War things going on with India and Nepal. But after, we all are human beings, and we have same blood, and we are brothers and sisters.
Well, he always talked fondly of Nepal. So.
Yes.
But I'd say they're so similar since you guys are practically related. Traffic was pretty crazy. Go check out Bhaktapur.
Please do that.
Get a cab and hide your eyes for a few minutes. It'll be great.
Yes.
And then it's really easy to walk around.
True.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, you are from there, but you came here. So let's talk about your path from Nepal. Just to get so you're growing up in Nepal, and one day you thought to yourself, oh, maybe I want to go study overseas.
Yes. So I am a single child from my parents, but I do have an adopted sister.
Oh, okay.
And she's American. She was born here in Bellingham. So, yeah, it's kind of complicated.
Born in Bellingham, then
Yes.
lived in Nepal.
Well, I would say she visited Nepal, and then I was very young, and I met her in person, and then we got attached. And then now after that, when we got attached, she came back and forth, and she visited us, and she was in love with this Nepali guy. And then she asked my parents. So there is a special ritual that bride's parents has to do, and then she asked our parents to perform that ritual.
That's cool.
And that's how she got adopted to our family.
I see. All right.
And then ever since that, she has been my source of inspiration from my childhood, and then I always follow her steps.
Yeah.
Like I am like a copy of my sister, to be honest. So she was from United States, and that's why I wanted to be in the United States.
Right.
I wanted to live the life that she has lived over here.
Of course.
And then also the international degree from the United States is great. Like everyone recognized that.
Yeah.
And then also another thing I would like to add is like the job satisfaction that I was not getting back in Nepal.
Sure.
Because I was a registered nurse. I think I became a registered nurse back in Nepal in 2018. And then I worked there. I even served there in COVID. But the respect and the job satisfaction that you are supposed to get, that I did not get over there.
Right.
That's why I decided to be in the United States.
Yeah, before we rolled the camera, we were talking about your experience working COVID in Nepal as a registered nurse.
Oh my God, it was horrible. I lost my friends. I lost my family. My grandmother from my father's side, she died during that period, but she didn't die from COVID, but like it was in that time,
Right.
And then we could not give her like a good goodbye or like
Right, because everybody was stuck in their apartments or whatever.
Yes, and then like the way I had to wrap the dead bodies, it was. I still like I can still like feel everything, or like I can still see everything.
Right.
So.
It's hard for me to imagine because when I stayed in Bhaktapur, it's so lively. I mean, there are just people everywhere walking around. It's hard for me to imagine everybody like sequestered or stuck in their apartments.
That's the thing, right? I mean, just like everywhere in the world, like different people have different personalities, right?
Yeah.
And then like some people, they tend to obey the rules that government make, just like here. I think in that time Donald Trump was the president, right? And he was not supporting COVID. He was like, I don't believe in COVID. And just like that, there were some Nepalese who did not believe in it. So yeah, it was very hard. Like people were not following the rules. They were not following the lockdown process. And that's why it was getting more harder to like to make to how do you say it, I don't have the exact word, but government or the state government was having problem to control all the population in that community,
right?
So, and that's how we got more and more positive cases too, because they were not following the protocol.
Right. So Bhaktapur is a separate state than Kathmandu, yeah? Is Kathmandu its own little state? Or?
We don't. Well, these days they do say it's state, but when I was back in Nepal, we say it as a city. So Bhaktapur is one city and Kathmandu is another, and there is Lalitpur. So these three cities are inside the valley.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we call it city, but you can also say state.
But it kind of, you guys have your own like government within that area.
Oh, I think Kathmandu, Bhaktapur, and Lalitpur comes in a Bagmati state, Bagmati province, and they have their own leaders. And then there's like another province or another state, and they have their own government, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you were working as a registered nurse, so it sounds like you had already done university level education in Nepal.
Well, I did associate nursing degree. I would say that, like, if you equivalent your courses from Nepal, it's considered as associate nursing degree.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So, what's your major now?
My major is nursing again.
It is.
I am doing my bachelor's. But it's kind of complicated because I was already registered nurse back there, and then when I flew here in the United States, I figured out that I was already nurse back in Nepal, and I could use my license to be a registered nurse here.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
I didn't know about that either.
So, what classes are you taking here at North Seattle College?
Right now?
Just like prerequisites?
No. Oh. Well, right now I am just taking any other basic courses. Like I'm taking Spanish, mindfulness. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because I already did my prerequisites, I've been in the state for like almost 3 years now.
Okay.
So, yeah, and back in Iowa Wesleyan University, which was my first university here in the United States.
Yeah. So let's go back to that. You talked about your sister being an inspiration. She's in Bellingham.
Right.
But you didn't go to school in Bellingham. You went to school in Iowa.
Yes, because I got a good amount of scholarship. That's why I got like at least 90 to 95% of scholarship.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you applied to that school in Iowa from Nepal.
Nepal, yes. And I got accepted, and I did study there for like 2 years. And unfortunately, our university decided to shut it down.
Just close the doors.
Yeah, well, lucky me, I am in Seattle.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. Then Iowa.
So they come in, they tell you, we're shutting the doors, and you were like, where am I going to go? And you just decided to apply to...
It was my sister's idea. Like, I have a lot of support family, like family group and support system here.
Nice.
And then my sister was like, okay, you're done with the small cities now. You got to come to the big cities.
Right.
And that's why I'm here.
So you applied right away after you found out? You applied to Seattle colleges?
Oh my God. You want to know what happened after that incident? So for a week, I was just crying.
Like what? Yeah.
What else am I going to do? Like, I had no idea where to go because my university gave us this notice, like, okay, our university is going to shut down after a month. And now, like, our board exam is on ahead. Like, our final exam is on ahead. And then, like, in the meantime, I was preparing for my nursing license exam for the United States. And that's, like, a pain.
Yeah.
You have to study a lot for that.
Sure.
And then I was so
That's
lost.
the NCLEX?
NCLEX,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And then I was like so lost that time, and then I was just crying. I was not even talking with anyone. I was like researching all the time in computer, but I didn't even know what I was researching. Well, our university did give us some teach out universities, but that was not helpful for me because we are international student. We need more than that. Because we have to work on our I-20s, we have to find a university who's going to accept all our credits. It's a long process. And then time limit was very short. And by the grace of God, you know, there is a saying in Nepali, if you do good, you will get good. So by the grace of God, Seattle colleges, like, they were like, just like an angel, they were giving me their hands, like, okay, here you go, hold my hand and come to Seattle. Yeah, that's how I felt.
So how did they do that? You must have applied, and then they're helping you through that process.
And I got a scholarship here, too.
Well, that's so great.
It was a full ride scholarship. So...
to North?
Yeah, to North Seattle College.
Okay, so let's be real clear. You are here on an F1 visa.
Yes, I am.
So you applied for a scholarship.
Yes, I did.
What is the name of that scholarship?
So the scholarship that I won was Costco Scholarship 2023-2024. And it was like worth of $4,500. And then like it covered off my 1 quarter. Like it was like a full ride scholarship.
Can anybody apply for that?
Anyone can apply for that. Any F1.
This is not the foundation scholarship.
It is a Seattle Foundation scholarship.
Okay, it is.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. No, that's okay. I wanted to make sure I knew what you were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, and that scholarship I think is available actually 2 times a year.
Yes.
Fall and spring.
Spring.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you are studying here, and then what's your plan? You're working on a bachelor's degree, you said?
Okay, here comes another complicated
very interesting
answer.
Yeah.
So right now, I am a registered nurse, but
Yeah.
I'm in F1 visa.
Yeah.
And then I need to find a hospital so that I can work. And then for that, I need a work permit, right?
Yes.
Which is very hard for international student to get.
Right.
And then
You can do OPT after you graduate.
but I have not graduated yet because I was a product back from Nepal.
Right,
yes. And I just did a prerequisites over here, and which was not even necessary for me.
Sure.
But I just had to do that because I had to be in F1 status.
Yes, of course.
Yes. And then if I had knew that this NCLEX thing that I can do with my license back from Nepal, then I would have done that way before. But I did not.
Right.
So I was stuck in Iowa for 2 years. And then, my eyes opened up. And then, like, here's the NCLEX exam you got to do. And then, I did that. And now I'm a registered nurse. And then I'm applying to hospitals. And then some of the hospitals are willing to sponsor me for the green card.
Sure.
And then I can work.
So you will actually, but as far as education goes, you'll actually graduate from Seattle colleges?
I cannot graduate from Seattle.
You can't
colleges.
graduate.
Yeah, because they do not have a bachelor's of nursing degree here in North
they
Seattle.
don't.
Yeah.
That's right. But they do have, we do have a nursing school, but you don't need to go through the nursing school since you already have that.
Yeah.
So are you here on a short-term certificate?
Right now, to be specific, I do not have any majors right now in the North Seattle. When I was in Iowa, my major was nursing, but here I do not have major.
Sure. So when you applied, usually you check which program. We have like the 2+2, high school completion plus, short-term certificate. Which program did you check?
Non-award seeking.
Non-award seeking. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, now we're cooking.
Yes, and why I am doing this is because I need to maintain my F1 status while the hospital is working on my paperwork.
Right. Okay, sure. Gotcha. And the likelihood of, well, let's just say they say, no, we're not going to take you as a nurse. Then what? Are you faced with going back to Nepal?
No, because I think it's so common to hear that there are like lots of demands of nurses here in the United States.
Sure.
So like you just have to wait and grab your opportunity. Like if it is not in one hospital, there are plenty of hospitals and hospice care or like any old age health care hospitals or homes,
Right.
So yeah, you can apply in other places.
Gotcha. Well, I personally get asked a lot from, my territories are Latin America and Africa.
Right.
And I get a lot of students asking about nursing.
Oh, wow.
So many want to come and become nurses. But it's not always super easy path to do that.
It is not.
Yeah.
Because I've been through that, so I know that very well. Right. It's very complicated. And then if you don't have someone to guide you through that pathway, it's going to be very hard. And I felt that. My sister, she was here. She is an American, but she is not from my major. Like, she is not a nursing major, so she did not have any ideas like what I'm supposed to do. She was trying her best to help me, but like I did not have a good support. So I had to figure out everything on my own.
So here at North Seattle College, you get the support you need from the international program staff. Do they help advise you? What do they do?
Well, our advisor is pretty good over here too. Like he gives you, I would not say he spoon feeds you because we would not want to do that. We're adults, right? We are in college right now. But he guides you, like he will tell you, okay, here are your options. You can do this, but you are the one. You are the person to choose specific thing that you want to do.
Right.
So I think he's a good counselor or advisor, I would say.
Right. Yeah. Shun's great.
Yeah.
I assume that's who you're talking about. Yeah. So that's really good because your path is a little different than most maybe listeners.
Yes.
That are looking more at a 2+2, where they start at the community college, they do their 2 years, and then they transfer.
Yes. To the
You're a little different.
Yes, mine is a little different.
Yeah. So if you're in that little different category, definitely work with our advisors to help plan that out.
Thank you.
That's really cool. So I want to go back to your Nepal experience a little bit before we get back to the U.S.
Okay.
Because before we started recording, you told me that you're a little bit famous in Nepal.
A little bit.
Talking to a celebrity. So how is that? Just for fun.
So I was Miss Bhaktapur 2018, I guess.
Very cool.
I won this beauty pageant.
And
you know why I won that beauty pageant? Because the prize in that beauty pageant was like a...
Was it money?
No, it was not money. It was like a scooter. Do you know what scooter is?
Like an e-bike? Like an electric bike? Or
not electronic. Like it runs with a gas.
Oh, it does?
Like,
okay.
So
like a moped, scooter?
Scooter, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's scooter.
Yeah.
So I at least wanted to have a motorbike or a scooter of my own, and my parents they were not buying me.
Sure.
Because road traffic accidents, that happens a lot in Bhaktapur.
It's scary, yeah.
Yes, and then my parents were like, it's not about the money. I would buy you anything, but not the scooters or bikes or like that. And then I was like, okay, fine. I mean, I tried everything. I blackmailed them by not eating food for a week. I tried everything, but they were not buying me the scooter. And then I saw first prize was a scooter. And I was like, I gotta get this. I gotta get this.
So did you have to do like talent? Did you have to?
I did. We had like talent round. We had like introduction round. We had like a question round.
Sure.
And then we had like our catwalk things.
Of course.
So yeah, everything.
So what'd you do for talent?
I think I danced for talent. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. And then before this beauty pageant also, like I always wanted to be in media. I don't know why. I find it so much fun to be like a face or like, you know.
Yeah, of course.
So before being Miss Popular, I was in another beauty pageant and I won Miss Talent Award. I was offered for movies. Can you imagine that?
So like in Bollywood or?
In Collywood, in Nepal.
Collywood.
Yes.
I've never heard of Collywood. So Kathmandu is kind of where they make the movies?
Collywood, yeah.
Wow.
Kathmandu.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, I was offered for movies. I did one music video and one short movie.
What?
I was even offered for a movie, but which I was not able to do because I was in a nursing school.
Sure.
Yeah. So, and then I was a brand ambassador for Bhaktapur Electronic Trade Association, Radha Designers, New Miu.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's really great. I love that stuff. Okay, so you decided to go to Iowa when you were in Nepal. You needed to get a visa, obviously, in order to make that happen. Did you use an agent or did you do it direct yourself?
I do it by myself.
Did it yourself?
Well,
okay.
I would say I got help from my sister.
Okay, yeah, but you didn't hire an agent to do that.
I did not.
Because I know there's a lot of agents in Nepal. And
yeah.
Some people use them, some people don't. I just wanted your take. So you applied on your own. From the time you applied to the time you heard from that school, how long before you got your acceptance letter?
I think I had to wait for at least like 3-4 months.
Oh, it was quite a while.
Yeah, because we are South Asians and it's not that easy for us to like get a visa slot open for interview or even for like, you know, applying these things or even to take English proficiency test. We have to take a date.
Wow.
And then like in that time it was like COVID. And then it was very hard to get a visa interview or anything. Yeah, so I was lucky, I would say.
And your visa interview, how long was it? Did it take you very long?
Oh my God, it was so funny. I was the only one person, we had our interview, right? And I was like only one person who got the visa.
Out of the whole group?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I was waiting. So like we had to stay in line like you know, like armies, like we had to be in a queue and like we just wait for our turn. And I was seeing like it was like a long, like with the rows there were like long line and then everyone in a queue and I was at the end and I could see everyone and then they said like, sorry, you are rejected, sorry, something
all
like that.
These denials.
Yes. And then I was waiting. I was like, oh my God, I think I will be denied. My visa will be denied too. I was just thinking like that. And then when I was like in front of my interviewer, I was just like standing like this. And then he asked me, are you in the army? And I was like, no, but my dad is. and then he was like, I can see that, like, you know. And then,
just relax.
Yeah, he was like, just relax. And then I relaxed. And then he just asked me 2 questions because first of all, he saw my I-20 and then like he saw like the amount of scholarship that I got. So that's why I think I got my visa.
Helpful, yeah.
That was helpful.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Just so people that are listening know, if you apply to Seattle colleges, we don't have any scholarships that you can apply to before you come. You actually have to be an existing student before you can apply for, say, a foundation scholarship.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but in your case, because you're a transfer student, it probably worked a little different.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Or if you've been accepted, as long as you've been accepted, maybe you can apply. But like a lot of people, they come up to me and they ask before they even apply, like, can I get a scholarship? Can I get a full ride scholarship? And I'm like, no, you have to be an existing student first. So maybe the fact that you had been accepted, that you were a transfer student, that might have had a impact on you being able to get that money.
Maybe.
So, yeah. So, but that's really great. So you got your visa and then you flew to Iowa.
I flew to Iowa.
Did you know anybody there? Or?
In Iowa?
Yeah.
Well, there were some Nepalese students.
Oh, there were? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we were in total 24.
Oh, that's quite a few.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, I would say, like, when I was there, we were just, like, 10 to 12. And then, like, after my batch, there were, like, more Nepalese coming.
Right.
So, in total, we were, like, 24, 26 Nepalese. And then, like, there were... And then in Iowa, we could not find a lot of Nepalese community.
Probably
and
not.
Then, even though if we find, like, they were, like, way far away from our dorms.
Yeah.
But they were very nice. Like... they would like invite us in the festival seasons,
Nice.
They were so nice. And then I want to mention this, like Americans, I have, well, just like I mentioned before, like everyone has their own personality, but by the grace of God again, I have found all Americans so nice here. I'm so lucky to say that. Even in Iowa, like Iowa community people, they're so nice, especially for international students.
Mm-hmm.
They love international students. So in Thanksgiving or in Christmas, they would bring a lot of foods. They would like, if it's winter, they would bring us like warm jackets and everything.
Wow, very cool.
Yes, they are so nice.
Did they know? What I've experienced is like a lot of people don't really know much about the outside world. Like, do they like, where is Nepal? Did they know a lot about Nepal? Oh, you do?
No,
Okay.
I get that a lot. So whenever, like, there was even one time there was this incident. A person, like an Iowan, a person from Iowa asked me like where I was from. Like most of the people, they see me as a like Latina, Mexican.
Oh, maybe.
So they confuse me.
Your
with
hair's
that.
dark.
Yeah. And then I said I'm from Nepal, and he said like, wow, where is this? And then I said it's in Asia. And then he started saying India. And I was like, no,
close.
It's very close, but it's not in India.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that's funny. Well, okay, so you got here. You went to school, you transferred here. Mm-hmm. Tell us about the kinds of class, since you're not declared and you're just spending time taking classes, what kinds of classes have you taken?
From Iowa?
No, from here at North Seattle.
Well, this is my first quarter here in North Seattle, and then like I took general biology, even though I've already taken that.
Sure, yeah. Should be an easy class for you.
It's fun. I'm gonna say it's easy. It's fun.
Oh, okay. Does it? I mean, obviously you took biology when you were in Nepal. So
yes.
Is it feel different? Does the class feel different?
It does feel different.
Really?
Because
in what way?
The infrastructure is the way we study, the way we submit our assignments. Everything is so different. Like I had a computer back in Nepal, I had a laptop too, but I would not use that a lot. And even like while I was working as a nurse, we don't have to use computer because we do everything in manual way.
Still old school.
Yes, old school way. And here we do everything in like computer. And then for a couple of months while I was in the United States for the first time, it was very hard for me to adopt because like everything I had to do was in computer, and then like even to submit the assignment and everything, I was struggling for a while. But once you are used to it, it's so easy. Like I was like, why was I not using this?
I don't know. Well, that's interesting. Is that your biggest adjustment then?
Yes, I would say like working on the infrastructures, the new gadgets.
Yeah.
That's like a big
change.
Big change for me.
What about just culture shocks? Any kind of like?
Woo! Every single day.
Really?
Yes, most of the time, every single day. I have to mention this: bus drivers in North Seattle, they're very nice. Why are they so nice?
They are nice.
The way they treat the passengers, oh my gosh. I wish I could take them with me, like everywhere I go.
And what I've heard from other international students is they're always surprised because when people get off the buses, they'll say thank you to the bus driver.
Yes.
And they're like, nobody does that in our country.
Oh, yeah?
Is that true?
That is so true,
Okay.
yes. Here, yeah, we, like, the first day, so I told you back in Nepal, I was not like a public bus rider. So like here, it was so new to me and my host family, whom I stay here with in North Seattle. So they helped me how to ride a bus, and then they teach me that I have to pull that yellow string to say
to
stop,
get your stop.
which is so new and cultural shock thing to me, because in Nepal we just do
stop
me here. Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, and they do. Wow.
Yeah, and then here we have to say like, okay, this is the bus stop, I need to stop. Okay, pull up, and we do that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you've been here for just the quarter. What have you found in the city of Seattle? Like, what do you do for fun?
It's huge.
Right?
Seattle,
It's
first of all, it's huge. If you compare it to Iowa, you are in Iowa and it's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's farm everywhere, and then like snows a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and then like you have very limited things to have fun. But here, you have so many things, like so many options. If you're not outgoing, you can just like stay and then observe the rain and the beautiful greeneries.
Yeah.
And if you're outgoing, you can go hiking. You can like do kayaking, which I love doing.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then you can go trekking.
Have you been out on the Puget Sound?
Lake Washington.
Oh, in Lake Washington?
Yeah, Puget Sound. I love it. And then can you imagine? It was my first time to see or like step in seas and oceans. Because Nepal is
it's a landlocked country, yeah.
And then I was in Iowa. There's no seas
Not a lot of oceans
there.
out there.
And then I was so scared to even like step like this because of the wave coming.
Sure.
And then I was like running like that.
That's awesome. You know, I grew up on the Oregon coast.
Oh, yeah?
And so we would love to watch people from landlocked states come and watch them go to the beach for the first time. Because they do exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
It's such a strange experience.
Yeah, and I love it now.
Yeah, it's
and
really
I
nice.
love seafoods too. Seattle provides you the best seafood ever.
There's a lot of great seafood in Seattle.
And varieties. I think it's very diverse too. Like you see different kinds of people from all over the world. And people are very nice here.
Yeah, Seattle's very cosmopolitan, people from all over. Now, there's a fairly large Asian community here. Have you met a lot of other Nepalis that aren't students?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know there's one restaurant in Lake Forest? It's named Everest Kitchen.
In Lake Forest. Yes, I've been to that.
And it is owned by Mohan Gurung.
Yeah.
And then his daughter and his son were also in Iowa Wesleyan University, the same university.
Really?
Yeah, they graduated. They're senior.
If it's the same restaurant I'm thinking of, it's kind of like in a shopping area.
Yes, Ross, and then like there are other restaurants.
And so, you know, I thought the food was pretty good. What do you think?
Oh, it's amazing.
It's really legit.
Wonderful.
Like,
it's
if you really want
delightful.
some good... I mean, they call it Tibet, Nepal.
Nepal. India, Tibet, Nepal restaurant.
Right, yeah. If you want some good... Yeah, it's a
Please
good
do
visit for
there.
sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, good
I'm
to
doing
hear.
promotion here, guys.
I know.
Yeah, but still, yes, he is very nice Nepali. If you are Nepali and then if you're like having problem adjusting in this community, you should go to visit him. He will guide you through everything.
That's really nice.
He's very nice. He treated me like his own daughter. Like in our community, in our culture, like our seniors, like when we meet them, like and when we leave after meeting them, like they hand us like money in our hand and blessings.
That's
like that.
nice.
And then he did the same thing to me. He gave me like $50 in my hand, and then he
What?
gave me the blessings, and I was like, oh
That
my
is
god. I was about to cry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I've not been to Nepal for like almost 3 years, and then he made me feel like home.
Aww.
It was amazing.
That's really cool.
It was very amazing. He's a very amazing person, and he has such a good concept of a humanity. You know, like he has been donating a lot of stuff, even in Mali or other places. Yeah, so he's such a nice human being.
Check it out.
Yeah, please do.
What's the name of the restaurant again?
Everest Kitchen, Nepal.
Everest Kitchen,
Yeah,
that's right.
please.
Yeah.
It's in Forest Park.
I live in Edmonds, so it's not very far away.
Yes.
Yeah, it's real close.
Yes, please visit there and then do tell my name. Maybe they might give you a discount.
I will. Well,
Alina is my name, guys.
well, if he doesn't, it's still worth going because the food's really good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, I have met some of the Nepalese community here, and they're very nice. They're very helpful. They're saying like, "I'm always here for you if you need anything."
That's so great.
Yeah, and then also the Americans. My host family. Oh my God, I must tell about my host family. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
So I live with Jack and Kelly. That's their name, and then their family. I think they are from here, or I don't know. Well, Jack is from New York, but they've been here for like more than 30, 40 years.
Oh, so how did you find them?
Jack has been to Nepal.
Yes. Okay.
And Kelly has been to India for like 23, 24 times.
Oh my gosh.
And then Jack has been to my sister's wedding too. And then my sister's husband, my brother-in-law, my sister's husband was also like Jack and Kelly were host family for my brother-in-law too.
Oh my gosh. So you knew these guys for quite a while. Okay.
And then they're so nice. They're the best people you will ever find anywhere. No matter where you go, you will never find people like them.
Do they always host international students, or they've just
they used to host, like they have hosted so many times to international student, but they have stopped for a while. Right. And I was like a guest, it's like surprise, I'm here because of the closing in Iowa.
Yeah. Do they speak Nepali?
Kelly speaks Hindi.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty good at it, but they're trying to speak Nepali too.
So if you speak to someone who speaks Hindi, do you understand?
I do. I'm
Really?
fluent in Hindi, English,
Oh, okay.
Nepali.
There you go.
In Spanish.
Nice. Oh, wait, you hear that? That means it's trivia time. Dun, 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 dun. This is the part of the show where we ask you 5 questions, and if you get them all right, yay! And if
What
you
am I
don't,
gonna get?
you get our applause.
Okay.
Get up on the wall of fame.
Okay.
You'll be so famous, and you'll be multi-continent famous. It'll be awesome.
Ooh, I hope it's not that hard.
No, well, sometimes it can be hard. So let's get started. First question should be fairly easy. Since you're a student here at North Seattle College, what is the mascot associated with this campus?
Tree frogs?
It's the tree frogs. Woo!
Yes.
Nice job. All right, very good. Let's go to our second question. Short-term certificates, like the kind you're involved with, can be done in blocks of time. Can you tell me what the lengths of time are?
Probably 2 years.
2 years is not one of those times.
Uh-oh.
You can do 3, 6, 9, and 12 months
Oh, interesting.
in that short-term certificate.
I'm sorry, I did not do my homework.
It's all right. You're enrolled, so you don't need to do that. Well, that's cool. All right, question number 3. Since you come from a mountainous country, let's talk about the mountains here in the state of Washington. Down the center of the state, there is a mountain chain. What is the name of that mountain chain?
Is that Mount Beckerly or Mount, what was it? Can you just give me first letter,
Well,
please?
like in Nepal, you have the Himalayan mountains.
Okay.
What are the mountains called in Washington? It starts with a C.
Oh my God.
All right. It's the Cascade Mountains.
Oh yes, Cascade of Mountains. Oh my
Cascade
gosh,
Mountains.
yes.
Bonus question, just for fun.
Okay.
There's another mountain group just to the west of the city. You can see it across the Puget Sound. What are the name of those mountains?
And I've seen them.
Yeah, you see them all the time when it's beautiful out. Those are the Olympic Mountains.
Oh.
And it's a national park, actually, too.
Yes,
so.
I heard like every year there's like a bicycle race
I'm sure. Yeah,
from
yeah.
Olympic to all the way somewhere.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that before.
Yeah, you should check. Well, there's also a really famous race. It's the Seattle to Portland.
Oh.
So people ride their bikes from Seattle all the way to Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
So that's a really cool. You can.
Isn't
It's
that
like 2 days.
2 days? Oh my God.
Yeah, they do it. Well, maybe it's over a full weekend. I don't know, but yeah, people start here and they just ride. And there's a big group of people. I think they camp somewhere halfway.
Oh, nice.
Sounds really cool. I've never done it, but
I would love to do
I have a
that.
friend who's done it. You could look into it.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't remember what the proper name for it is, but if you just Googled, Portland to Seattle or Seattle to Portland bike race, you probably could. All right, question number 4. At Seattle colleges, we have blocks of time. How many blocks of time are there each year? How many quarters are there each year?
I know that one. 4 quarters.
There are 4 quarters. Woo! 4 quarters.
Yeah.
And for international students, you can start at any one of those quarters.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to start till winter, that's totally okay.
Yeah, you can start from any quarters here. That's
Yeah.
a good thing.
Yeah. Some universities you can't. They want you to start in the
From
fall.
fall, yeah.
but
That's
here,
what I've been facing right now. I applied to this Western Washington University.
Oh, yeah,
for my
up in
bachelor's,
Bellingham.
And then it starts from fall, so I have
Right.
to wait.
But you have to watch the clock carefully, guys, because you need to apply by a certain time.
Right, there's a deadline.
So,
always.
yeah. So when you're planning out your educational pathway, really do your research. Know when your deadlines are for
Right.
applying. If you're going to start at Seattle colleges, which is a great way to save a lot of money, save some time, make sure you know when to apply to the school you're transferring to. It's
So
important.
true.
Yeah. All right, last question. Name the last movie you saw here in Seattle.
Ooh, last movie that I saw in Seattle.
Have you seen any movies?
I mean, I have, but it's just like not popping up in my mind right now.
Like, do you go to the movie theater?
I did not go to the movie.
Oh, you don't?
theater.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not like I'm not that person that would enjoy the movie in movie theater.
Oh, okay.
I just like watching in a home because it's more comfortable.
Sure, you can
relax,
stretch out.
Yeah, stretch out.
So are you watching Netflix or
Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus?
And are you into any series? Any American series?
I think I was watching. I'm so excited for Queen's Gambit too. Do you know about that?
I haven't watched it.
Oh my god!
I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it.
You should definitely watch Queen's Gambit.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bit feminine, but like it's a very nice series. Like you will love that series. It's about should I tell you, or you should watch it?
You can. Well, I mean, telling us what it's about is not going to ruin it for anybody.
Okay, so it's about a lady. She's like I think her mom dies in a car crash, and then like she was abandoned, and then like I think she grew up in this, what do you guys call, orphanage? Yeah. In orphanage, and then like ever since she was kid, she was like this. She had this fun of like watching others playing chess. So it's about chess.
And does this take place in the United States or in Britain?
Ooh. I think it's in the United States.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in
I
the
heard
United
Queen,
States.
so I thought maybe it's a British thing. But
Queen's Gambit. The series name is Queen's Gambit, but it's amazing.
Oh, there you go. Check it out, Queen's Gambit. All right, well, we're at the end of our show. We've spent a lot of time. Thanks for taking so much time with us. But maybe tell us final words of advice to people back in your part of the world.
One simple and straight strategy I follow is like, well, people always say you to like work hard, but these days it's not about working only hard. Like you gotta work smart, because that's how you reach to your goal. Like I know you have to work hard, but at the same time you have to be smart, and then you have to know what you are doing.
I agree.
And these are the lessons that I learned from my Mohan Gurung sir, and then like my host family, my sister. And you should always have a support family or support group with you, so that like when you are not feeling good, there is like someone always, like you should always have a to-go person too, so that you can share your feelings. And then if you are thinking about like applying or trying to come as an F1 student in the United States, grab your opportunity. This is the time. You have to.
Yeah, that's true.
And then North Seattle College or any Seattle colleges, they are the best, one of the best in the Seattle.
Yeah, and we've got 3 campuses. We've got South Seattle, Seattle Central, and then North Seattle. So,
and then like you can find everything you need in website or on website, and then like
it's true.
If you have any queries or inquiries or any questions regarding it, you can always email them, and they are very quick. They reply very fast. And then like someone is always there to help you.
We try anyway.
Yes.
I sometimes am slow, but have you been to the other campuses, either to South or Central?
I think I've been to the Central.
Okay,
yeah. It's in Capitol Hill, isn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah.
I have
so it's real
there.
close by. Yeah. All right, and then the last thing we are doing with our international guests is asking you to say a few words in your own language. We may have listeners that have never heard Nepali, so that's kind of cool. We had a guest from India the other day, and she spoke in Punjabi. Which is cool.
She's in my class. She was talking about that.
Yeah, it was really great. So maybe if you don't mind saying some words in Nepalese.
I will love. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Let me say this in Nepali.
Oh, sure.
तपाईलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद. मलाई यस्तो राम्रो how do you say opportunity in Nepali? Oh my god. मलाई यस्तो राम्रो सौभाग्य दिनुभएकोमा, अनि मलाई जतिजनाले पनि हेरिरहनु भएको छ, मेरो दाजुभाइ, आमा बुवा तथा दिदीबहिनीहरूलाई सबैलाई मेरो नमस्कार. मेरो नाम अलिना खड्का हो. म नेपालबाट हो. म यता अहिले अमेरिकामा बस्न थालेको चाहिँ 3 वर्ष भयो. अनि म अहिले मलाई एकदम राम्रो छ. अब बिङ अ वुमेन कमिङ फ्रम यता मेल डोमिनेटेड सोसाइटी, होइन, पुरुष प्रधान देशबाट आएर यहाँ यस्तो रमाइलो गरेर आफ्नो जिन्दगी बिताइरहेको छु. अनि यदि तपाईँहरू पनि चाहनुहुन्छ भने चाहिँ अवश्य पनि आउनु होला. Thank you. धन्यवाद.
Well, thanks so much for coming. We really appreciate your time. It's so much fun to visit. Go come visit. Meet Alina here at
Thank you so
North
much
Seattle.
for having me.
Yeah.
And then, yes, you can definitely meet me. And then I work as a front desk assistant here in a
international program.
Yes.
Oh, so cool.
I work as a front desk assistant here in an international program office. So you can visit me. I work on Tuesdays, Thursdays, So yeah, if you have any questions and if you need any help, you can just like email me or like, meet me in a class or in person. I would love to help you.
All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Conversations With. Take care. Thanks so much.
Yay!
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Conversations With is painstakingly crafted for you by the Seattle College's International Programs Department and supported by the lovely folks here on our campus. This show is produced and edited by me, Evan Franulovich. We welcome your emails and questions about coming to Seattle Colleges. Please reach out to us via our website or just give us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, as this helps others discover the show. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube at Seattle Colleges INTL. That's Seattle Colleges INTL. And be sure to check out all of the shows here on Conversations With. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.